Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Rivers Wild. I'm starting in the bottom left position, playing as the Allies. So I'd just like to say first of all, thank you for all the comments on the last video. I have read through all of them and I've obviously got some videos in the pipeline which I'm currently making, which are going to be some of the different content which I discussed in my last video. So in this game, I'm playing a free-for-all on Rivers Wild, and for those of you who know this map or who don't know this map, it's got a lot of ore and gems. And we can see that red are really close, and playing as the red is Nose, who's playing as the Soviets. So we're going to have a little bit of Allies versus Soviets. And if you have a match near the start of the game, in the positions we are in, you probably want to be the Allies in this case, because they can build light tanks, which build very quickly. And I know exactly where Nose is on this map. He's playing in the bottom middle, but it's located very close. Not close enough to do a base crawl, else I'd be in trouble, but close enough that it's going to be a fight to the death very early on. And we can see that Big Muscles, playing as the orange, is located north of my base. So I'm going to have to be very careful this game. And at the start, I'm just going to go for one ore truck. And I'm going to be starting to build those lights. Now what I have to hope is that Nose doesn't decide to use a Tesla coil early on, because Tesla coils are very effective against light tanks. And I'm going to get rid of that barracks because I'm not going to really need it. There's not going to be much. He hasn't gone for an infantry charge. So I've got my 2 war factories out now, and my light tanks are going to start building up. And we're going to have to see how this strategy plays out. And what I'm going to also be doing is I'm going to be expanding to the ore patch to the north, but I'm just getting some power down in case he tries to go for a base dive. But base dives aren't as effective when you're playing as the Soviets. And you can see he's got a heavy tank going through my base at the moment, but that's just a scout. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the attack on his base. We've got another ore refinery being built just to improve my economy, but we do need to eliminate Nose as quickly as possible, because if I don't, then I'll get attacked from Muscles north of my base, and that's going to be game over for me. So we're taking on Nose at the moment. We can see he doesn't have that many heavy tanks, and you can just see we're outnumbering him. And as soon as those heavy tanks come out, we're going to be able to destroy them, and we're going to get rid of that war factory. That's going to decrease his building speed, and there's no way, I don't think Nose can come back from this. And we're now going to take his economy, and he just doesn't have enough units. It's as simple as that. And there is his second war factory, which we're going to be able to take down, and there's going to be no coming back from this. I was just building a pillbox there, just in case he tries to go for like a cheeky dive at the end, but yeah, you can just see Allies are just so much powerful in this type of battle compared to Soviets. Soviets are good in free-for-all, but they do need a little bit of time just to get going. And you can see that Tesla coil coming up, but just too late, and yeah, he needed that Tesla coil up a bit earlier. And Nose is out of the game. Right, so that's one person down. And that's going to be quite significant for me, really, because it's going to give me a bit of space near my base and an extra ore patch to work with. But what I want to do is I want to make sure I secure this ore patch north of my base as well. And you can see I'm building a service depot, and I'm just doing a little bit of scouting just to see. And we can see that Big Muscles is there to the north. So I'm just going to pull a little bit back because I wasn't sure whether he's top left or top middle. But he is, in fact, top left. And we can see he's got quite a decent force. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold back at this position. And if he wants to try and force his way through, he can. But you can see there's a little bit of a slight bottleneck there. So if I just keep my tanks to the other side of that, I should be absolutely fine. And you can just see I'm expanding to that next ore patch. Because what's really important, what you always want to be doing is you want to be focusing on getting those extra maybe MCVs and those extra war factories. And judging by the number of units that Big Muscles has got out on the map at the moment, I think we're in quite a good position. because the top left is not a great place to start, because what you have to do is you have to move your MCV at the start. It really delays your start. You've only got one ore patch to work with, so I've got a lot more ore to work with. So I think the longer this game goes on, the bigger the advantage I have. And he's probably going to be dealing with other players. And you can see I'm getting some visibility on my base. So this is quite big because it obviously I can see a bit of what he's doing now. I am struggling a little bit for ore at the moment, so it's really important I get this next ore refinery out. And what you can see is I'm just sending my ore trucks to get a bit of the gems, because obviously they give you a little bit more ore compared to the yellow stuff. And we're going to get that extra ore refinery out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my third wall factory, because now I'm at this extra ore patch. What I can do is as soon as I build that third wall factory, I can get a couple of ore trucks out. But you can see my my economy is terrible at the moment. So I'm going to get that unit forward as well, just that infantry, just getting as much visibility as I can. And you can see he's just going to kill it instantly, but I can see exactly where he is at the moment. And he's just waiting there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build those ore trucks now, because I just need to get... Well, I say that as soon as I start building them. I'm going to need to build them anyway because I've got my third wall factory on the way. But, yeah, you can see I'm getting a bit of gems from that ore patch. Right, so my economy should be decent at the moment. Of course, I do have where Nose originally was. So I'm going to have another ore patch that I can expand to. And I'm going to try and distribute my ore trucks equally between the two ore patches. And I'm just getting a few defences in place at the moment as well, just a little pillbox there in case he does go for the attack. You can see I'm building medium tanks now. I have done the transition, and we're going to try and expand to that ore patch to the right of my base.
Unit ready.
Obviously, usually what I would do in free-for-alls is I would get extra MCVs, but this time I haven't really had a chance. I've just been focusing on getting this extra war factory out. And you can see I still see my economy is struggling a little bit, but as soon as I get to this third ore patch, that should solve everything.
Unit ready. Building.
And you can see my forces are starting to build up at the moment. And we can see that Muscles has gone for an extra MCV. So this is so what we're going to do is we're going to go for the attack, because if we let Muscles continue, he's going to have increased building speed, and that's going to put us at a disadvantage. So we're going for the fight now. And you can see it's we've both got a lot of units on the field. We're both using medium tanks mainly, and this is an important fight for this part of the game. We're going to have to see, though, has Muscles invested too much in other structures, and is he going to be able to hold on? But it's looking like he's having to pull back at the moment, and it's starting to look better for us. We've got a few good kills there, and we're able to push him back. And we have got those 3 war factories, remember, so our building speed is going quite well, and we've also got a good economy built up, so we're going to be able to sustain that. You can see he's also got a tech centre, so he's going for that satellite. While he's been doing that, though, I've been investing in ore refineries and war factories, and that might be starting to pay off now, because as you can see, Muscles is losing a lot of units, and you can see his big tank mass is gone, and now we're going to be able to start destroying some of his other buildings. So we've got rid of his tech centre, we're getting rid of these power plants, and we're going to get rid of that construction yard. So that's a lot of expensive structures that we're being able to destroy there, and that's putting Muscles in a difficult position. As you can see, he's being able to build his tank mass up a little bit, because he has got quick building speed. You can see he's bringing a turret out there, but with a number of units like that, and you can see the green is in my base. Right, so this is he hasn't got much there. I don't know if that's just a scout. We're going to have to wait and see. But we're going to be on the fight here at his base. So I've left some units there, but I'm not sure if these are going to be enough. I don't think they are. So let's have a look. And we can see that green has got an extra MCV out. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to finish this fight with Muscles, because if I don't, I'm going to be attacked from both sides, and I'm not going to be able to fight both fights at once. And you can see Muscles has been building his tank mass up a little bit, so that just goes to show I'm going to need to fight him. And I've got that radar dome out now, so I'm able to see a bit more what's going on in the bottom of my base, and it doesn't look like green is putting on a full-scale attack at this current time. And we're just going to try and take out these war factories at the moment. You can see he's got 3 there, so we've taken out one of them, and we're going to take out the 3rd one now. We also want to get rid of that barracks, anything that produces, and you can see actually he's got a 4th war factory up at the top, so we're going to need to take that out also. But I think this is his last construction yard, and that is down. And when we destroy this war factory, I don't think he's going to have any extra buildings that can produce units. And I think that's pretty much good game, because now we need to get back down to the bottom of our base, where we can see that green is using my ore patch, and he's also got Tesla there as well. So it's a good job I'm building medium tanks at the moment, because medium tanks are a little bit stronger than against Tesla compared to light tanks. Yeah, if I was using light tanks, I'd be absolutely screwed at this point.
Unable to comply. Building in progress.
So yeah, we're going to continue to use mediums, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to build a couple of construction yards, because I do need to build multiple construction yards just to increase my building speed and get back into this game. And I'm going to take one of my construction yards up to that ore patch where Muscles was, so I can use the ore from that location. And we're going to go for the attack, because green was attacking my ore truck there. And we're going to try and take out this Tesla first, because even though medium tanks do have more HP against Tesla and have more armour, Tesla do still pack a punch, and we don't really want to be fighting them very quickly. But you can see Tesla go down quite easily, but Tesla and tanks are a very good combination, and he's managed to do a lot of damage to my tanks at the moment. I'm just trying to get that construction yard down, just to decrease his building speed a little bit, because he's getting that Tesla out pretty quickly. And we can see this fight is... yeah, it's not going too well for me at the moment, actually. I might be having to pull back a little bit. I think I've just got the upper hand at the moment. But what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to get rid of these ore trucks, and especially that ore refinery. But you can see reinforcements are coming in, and I've got a decent tank mass again at the moment. Now we're going to take out these 2 ore refineries, so his ore trucks will have to go back to his base. But as we do that, he's also building more Teslas, which is... providing a bit of a nuisance at the moment. And we're just trying to take out the whole of this base, so he can't build any more Tesla, because it's really like obviously a bit annoying having to fight these tanks and Tesla at the same time, and it doesn't use a lot of my units up where I could be building a big tank mass.
Construction complete.
You can also see Pink using that top ore position, so hopefully he doesn't attack the base at the top. And at the moment we're just getting rid of these extra, and you can see he's bringing some tanks into my base. Now he's going for my MCV. Fortunately, I do have an extra MCV, so that's not too much of an issue at the moment, but obviously I don't want him to be able to destroy many buildings in my base. And you can see he's going for my ore refineries, so I'm going to have to take these out and deal with them immediately. And he's going to take out that other ore refinery, and what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to halt those ore trucks at the moment, because I don't want them to be jamming up my other ore refineries. And you can see my tank mass zone now is starting to build back up, so I've got a good mass of tanks, and you can see he's got a tank there, and you can see he's starting to build back up in that around that ore patch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tanks back round and just destroy those remaining buildings. But you can see he's actually building very, very quickly. He must have quite a few MCVs back at his base, because you can see how quickly he's been able to build those 2 ore refineries. And before I go in, I'm going to have to group my tanks up, just so we can attack at once. What you don't want to do is you don't want to trickle tanks in, else it will get destroyed one at a time. Right, so let's go in now. You can see he's got quite a number of tanks at the moment, and he's also got 3 Tesla coils back up, so we're going to have to try and actually destroy everything this time round. And you can see those 3 Tesla coils going down. He's not quite as built up as he was last time, and we're going to fight these tanks now, get that tank mass down, and it's looking good at the moment for us. We've got these ore trucks trying to take the ore from that ore patch, so I'm going to have to destroy those ore refineries and make them travel back to the base again. Right, and this is looking alright for us at the moment. This time we're going to be able to destroy the remaining buildings and destroy his base on this part of the map. And while his ore trucks are going back, we're going to try and see how many we can take down. So that's 1 ore truck down. Can we get, I think we're going to get 3 here. That's second ore truck. And we're going to get that third ore truck. It's surely, yes. And now we're going to go back to our base and just, oh yeah, so you can see him dropping some paratroopers in there. We do have a pillbox right next to them though. And you can see I've been forgetting to build some tanks there. So I'm going to build them up. And you can see he's got a few troops there, but they're going to provide no thing, no competition really. And we've got an extra MCV. So we're going to get an extra construction yard out, which is going to increase our building speed. We've also got our tech centre, which is going to give us satellite later in the game. So we're just doing a little bit of scouting now, get a bit more map visibility, actually see what's going on, because satellite's going to take a little while to be functional. And we're also going to build that 4th war factory, since we've let these ore reserves build up quite a bit, which is going to increase my building speed quite a lot. I'm just getting a bit of visibility, and it looks like green is right at the right side of the map. And the right side does have quite a lot of ore, so let's see how he's doing. So this is green here, and we can see he's using this ore patch, but he's got a lot of Tesla. And I think he's got too much there. What I'm going to do is pull back, because fighting tanks and Tesla at the same time are quite tricky. And what I'm going to use this opportunity to do while he's there is to build some more MCVs. So you can see I'm getting 5 out, which is going to give me a massive build speeding boost. Oh, right, yeah, and you can see Pink there with his MiGs. Hopefully he won't go on a full-scale attack at me at any time, because I hope he doesn't anyway, because that's going to be tricky with green at the right of me. But I think green and pink will be quite close to each other, so they're going to be probably in battles, maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but essentially we've managed to get green's base away from my ore patch. And now you can see we're getting out these MCVs, which is going to give us a big increase in the speed which we can build structures.
Cannot deploy here.
Yeah, and you can see that's a massive, going to be a massive increase. And you can see I'm also bringing an MCV to the right, because I'm going to be wanting to build a base there, because there were some gems to the right of my base. So we'll be able to make use of them. So I'll just deploy there and also build an MCV. And I'm going to take my tanks into that little gap there.
Construction complete.
Right, so we're going to... You can see how fast we're building now. We're able to build much faster due to that, due to all those MCVs. And we're going to be able to expand to the right now. Now what I'm going to do is Tesla fires on units automatically. What it doesn't fire on though is structures. So we'll see if he notices this, because I'm just going to build some pillboxes around his ore. And we'll see how he responds, because I think it's going to be very hard to fight tanks and Tesla at the same time. And we're actually managing to put these pillboxes right through. And we've got full map visibility at the moment. And you can see he's got a lot of ore trucks on this ore patch. And this is one of his main ore patches at the moment. But he hasn't noticed. And we're going to be able to build more and more. And you can see how fast we're building those pillboxes up. And that's going to really damage his economy if we're able to take some of those ore trucks down. Because it looks like some of them are going to go down. Let's see how much damage we can do. Yeah, and at least one ore truck's gone down. I think that's going to be a second ore truck going down, almost. And some of those on the left are going to go down as well. And that's going to really hurt green at the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my units in at the moment, because his tanks are focused on fighting my pillboxes. And you can see he's also building flamethrowers, which are very strong against pillboxes, unfortunately. But you can see those ore trucks are going down, and we've managed to do a lot of destruction to green's economy at the moment. And yeah, we've been able to take out some of those Tesla, but he does have a lot more Tesla in his base. He's got a couple more Tesla coils either side, but we're going to have to deal with his tank mass at the same time. And this is quite tough at the moment. You can see I'm losing a lot of tanks, so I'm going to need to pull back a little bit and hope the damage I've done to his economy is going to be sufficient in order to reduce his building speed. I don't know what his economy situation is like at the moment. And you can see Pink at the top of the map. I can see it on my radar dome. Pink is going in for the attack also. So this is going to make it very hard for green. and it depends if he's going to be able to survive this. Because we're doing this attack on his base, and I'm also building an ore refinery there. It's just and green has quit the game. So yeah, with a bit of help from pink there, we've managed to take green out of the game, and I think that just that pillbox attack on his like ore trucks really did hurt him at that point. Right, so now it's against pink, and we're bringing our medium tanks in. You can see pink's using heavy tanks and Tesla as well. I mean, it's been a bit of a Tesla fest this second half of this game. Every team's been using a lot of it, and you can see he's got some missile launchers there. He's also got some aircraft, but what we've got is we've got an absolute massive economy at the moment. And we've got a good tank building speed with 4 war factories, and it does look like he might even hold this position at the moment. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're bringing more medium tanks in, but you can see he's got missile launch, he's got some mammoth tanks, he's got some heavy tanks there. But yeah, it does look like he's going to be able to hold for the time being, so I'm going to pull back for now. But let's face it, he's working off one ore patch, and his economy isn't going to be big enough, so I'm going to be able to build a lot more units than he is, even though he's got probably a few more units than I have at this current time. I mean, the mistake green made, green should have destroyed pink early on. If green had destroyed pink early on, he'd have access to the ore patch like that pink's using, and then he'd only have to fight one player, because what I did at the start of the game was I eliminated the players that were close to me, and so that gave me a lot of room to expand, and I was able to use multiple ore patches and really get that economy going, which gave me obviously a big advantage. But you can see pink's got a decent building speed. I guess he's starting to build up those units a bit, but I'm building up my medium tanks as well. And I'm just having a little bit of a look around at the moment. Obviously it's useful playing allies for that full map visibility. Pink probably won't be able to see what's going on in other parts of the map. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to expand to the right of pink's base and just try and take those ore patches off him, distract those tanks a little bit and dive in. Yeah, you can see he's edging his tanks forward. I don't think he's noticed I'm building an ore refinery at the moment here. And what I'll do is I'll expand to that. I have to be careful of that Tesla coil but I can also use this gem patch at the top as well. And you can see he's seen my ore trucks at the moment, so now I'm going to dive in at the front of his base while his tanks and units are distracted. Just building a few base defences here also. And you can see now he's coming back in for the fight. You can see I've managed to take out both those Tesla coils, and I think this is going to be pretty much good game, because there's going to be no way he's going to be able to survive this this fight. And you can see those heavy tanks going down now. The mammoth tanks are being destroyed as well, and it's just a case of destroying the rest of his base. And I've also cut off his economy now. It was almost gone anyway, but there's no way back for pink at the moment. So the thing about pink is he's stayed in the same location, and he's got a very small compact base. The issue with that though is that it doesn't allow him to use any he hasn't been able to expand his economy, and expanding that economy is just so important when you want to like build more war factories. You can just see how big my force is now compared to pink's, and that's just a result of having that big economy, having those multiple war factories. And in order to do that, you do have to spread out across the map, and that's why I have bases like I do, which sprawl over large distances. And you can just see it's a case now of just destroying his remaining buildings, and then it will be well and truly good game. So yeah, you can see all those last few buildings going down, and that's game over. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.